Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I have a few new knives to show you. Now, a few of these I traded, and a few of them I ended up buying, and I have to say I am pretty happy with them. So, a few of these I think you've seen before, and then a few you haven't seen on my channel yet. But first, it's not a knife, but it's a watch. I got myself a new watch, and I was thinking about getting the Garmin smartwatch. I'll probably put a photo of it right there. I can't remember the name, but I thought about that one for a while, and I ended up not getting it because it just had too many features for me. A lot of that tech would just be wasted on me, and the only really two things I wanted was a compass and a barometer, aka a thermometer. So for me, I ended up going with the Casio Pathfinder, and this one here is a classic, but I actually changed out the buckle. The original buckle was just kind of, it wasn't the best quality, so I ended up putting this screwed in buckle. Now this one is reminiscent of a Panerai buckle, but I've bought a screwed in buckle that's going to be a little bit smaller, but I think this does a better job here. So ended up getting that has a compass, barometer, an altimeter, chronograph, 2 time zones, and then it also has your sunset and sunrise time. It has it all in all these features here, and then a rotating compass bezel. A lot of features, and I'm very happy with it. So that was the first new addition. The other one is the CRKT Drifter, and this one doesn't have the pocket clip because I took it off. Now this one here is going to be an upcoming video, and I actually bought this before the CRKT. I think it was called I cannot remember the name of it because I've already returned it. I'm hoping to get my money back on that, but I did a video on CRKT's warranty and my experience, and you just have to go back in my video log there. But so I bought this one here. I had to say I'm pretty happy with it, but the video I'm going to be making on it is going to be very interesting. Now, I did replace the washers on this and put phosphor bronze. I originally came with nylon, but with the bronze, it's a lot better. So, picked up the Drifter. The next one is going to be a Victorian Ox Broker, and this one has no engraving on the panel. And I picked this up for like $7, I think it was, and I'm just going to have to replace the key ring, but these are getting harder to find. I don't know why they are, but I'm just going to keep this one, polish it up a little bit, and throw it in my collection. It's a very cool little knife, and it's essentially a classic, but with some very nice gouache scales here that have a nice pattern there. So there's that one. I actually bought 2 of these, one in black and then one in the camo, but this is a Nano Bantam from the Buck company, and this one here is a really nice little knife that I have thrown on my keys. Now I actually have the black one on my keys, but this one here is probably going to go on my wife's, and for me, I just feel like this is a very comfortable 2 and I guess a half finger knife, but it's very nice, and it's a nice lock back, and it's a little bit cheaper than your Spyderco Ladybug. So pick that one up. Next one is the Spyderco H1 Pacific. I think this is the Pacific, and this one here is essentially going to be a rust-proof Endura. Now, I did throw a lanyard on this, and this actually has some reflective material on it, and there's a reason for that. This is going to be when I go to the pool. This is going to be the knife when I go to the pool, or go to the beach, or go fishing, or anything. This knife is going to be that knife that I take with me when it comes to water or anything in the water. I decided a while ago that I will end up carrying a knife in my swim trunks because I ended up needing a knife in the pool. And so that is a new addition there. Now, this knife is completely rust proof, but I ended up throwing some mineral oil in there just to help with the rotation of the blade there. Tip here. On these knives and most of the Seki City knives from Spyderco, you are going to have to throw in some Loctite because none of these screws were Loctited. So you're going to have to unscrew everything. Don't disassemble it, but just unscrew the screws one at a time and apply Loctite. And there you go. None of them had anything on it. And then the next knife is the Carter Prime. Now this knife here is a knife that I had a few years back, and you know, I had about 400 different knives, and so this one wasn't really at the top of my list. But after getting a Chris Reeve knife and seeing the thick scales on that, and then seeing the thick scales on this one, I ended up having to get it, and I got it for a pretty good price. Brand new on eBay for $65, and I think that's a darn good deal for a D2 steel titanium frame lock knife, and it's made in Taiwan, so you've got a really good quality knife here. Some great jimping in the back, jimping here, and the handle on it is very comfortable and wide, so it gives you a good grip, and then the blade here is actually going to be a great slicer. Now, Carter actually designed this knife after a bird he saw in his backyard. I can't remember the name of the bird, but that's almost why it looks like that. Kind of looks like a bird's beak a little bit, especially if you kind of put it like that. Kind of looks like a bird sitting up or standing on a limb. So for me, I think it's a very interesting design, and I may end up sending it to somebody to get it modified. I'm just hoping to hear back from them. So those are the new knives. I hope you guys like them, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos that are coming out on them. Oh, I actually forgot the one that I'm carrying in my pocket, and that is the Buck Vantage Mini. Now you may notice something a little bit different about it. Yeah, I removed the flipper tab, and I also shortened the clip. I did a few other modifications, but you'll have to wait and see what I actually did to this knife in the next video. But I think you guys may have to take a look at this one after I talk about it. So till the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.